You know, we've all been there. That split-second decision point where you have to choose. Tell a small, comfortable lie to keep things smooth, or drop a difficult truth that you know is probably going to cause some trouble. It's one of the biggest paradoxes in our relationships, and today we're going to dig right into it. So, which one is it? A comfortable lie or a difficult truth? Do you take that easy path? You know, the one that's paved with little white lies that seem to protect everyone's feelings in the moment? Or do you choose the rocky road of truth, which, let's be honest, can really hurt up front? Let's see what our source material says is the smarter long-term investment for the connections that really matter to us. All right, first up, let's just be real about why lying is so tempting. It's not usually because we're trying to be bad people or cause any harm. Actually, it often comes from a pretty good place, that genuine desire to protect someone's feelings or just to avoid a fight. And this quote just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? There's this common belief that sometimes a little lie is just what a relationship needs to stay afloat. It's like social glue, right? It smooths over the rough patches, stops a fight before it starts, and hey, it keeps the peace. On the surface, it seems like a totally logical, maybe even a kind thing to do. It feels like you're just doing maintenance. Okay, this comparison right here, it really shows the trade-off we're making. A lot of times, without even thinking about it. We grab for the lie because it's easy, because we want that instant relief from a tough conversation. But look at what we're actually trading. We're swapping short-term comfort for long-term fragility. I mean, that bottom row says it all. We're choosing something delicate and breakable over something that's genuinely strong and built to last.
So, what happens when you keep making that choice? When you keep picking that easy, quick fix, lie after lie? Well, you end up building the most important parts of your life on a foundation of sand. It might look solid for a while, sure, but underneath it's just fundamentally unstable.
And this metaphor is just perfect, isn't it? A relationship built on deception is exactly like a house of cards. It can look really impressive from a distance, even complex, but we all know what happens with a house of cards. It has zero real strength. The slightest breeze, the smallest bit of pressure, and the whole thing just collapses.
And living in that house of cards comes with some very real, very hidden costs. I mean, just think about the sheer energy it takes, that constant low-level anxiety of wondering if you'll get caught, the mental work of keeping all your stories straight. It creates this hollowness, a connection that isn't really genuine, and deep down you know it's only a matter of time before it all falls apart.
So, if lies build a foundation of sand, then what's the alternative? Well, this brings us to the absolute core argument of our source material, the huge and frankly often underestimated power of choosing the truth. Now this is the game changer. Remember how lies can only maintain a relationship, kind of keeping it in that fragile state? Well, the truth actually strengthens it. This isn't just about patching holes to stop a leak. This is about reforging the entire connection into something brand new, something so much more resilient than it ever was before. But okay, let's be real. This isn't some magic wand you can just wave. Telling the truth is hard. It takes a ton of courage to willingly step into that uncomfortable moment, to face what might happen, not just for you, but for the other person too. It's a very conscious and, often a very difficult choice. And what this shows us is that it's not just a single act. It's a whole building process. Yeah, it starts with that one tough moment of confronting the discomfort. But every single time you choose truth over a lie, you're laying another brick. You're building real, solid trust. And the end result? It's a bond that's so much deeper and more authentic because of all that hard work. So what exactly is this real trust we're talking about? It's so much more than just, believing the words someone says. It's more like relational armor. It's a bond that's been stress-tested by honesty and has proven that it can handle the tough stuff. It's that deep-down feeling, that confidence that your connection is real enough to survive just about anything. Which brings us to the ultimate payoff for choosing this harder path. What do you actually get when you decide to build on a foundation of solid rock instead of all that shifting sand? I mean, listen to that. That is the ultimate promise, an unshakable bond, a connection so deeply rooted in reality and honesty that nothing from the outside can ever break it. That right there is the real, lasting reward for choosing the difficult truth. So when you lay it all out side by side like this, the choice becomes, it becomes crystal clear, doesn't it? The path of lies leads to something fragile, temporary, and just filled with anxiety. But the path of truth, even though it's harder to walk, leads to something strong, lasting, and genuinely authentic. In the end, you're really just choosing between a house of cards and a fortress.
So, this really just leaves us with one last crucial question to ask ourselves. When you look at the really important relationships in your own life, what kind of foundation are you actually building day by day? Is it something that could get blown over in the next storm? Or is it something that's truly, truly built to last? The choice, as always, is yours.